Come in. Your calm English journey begins.
Hey! Hi, everyone! Welcome back to Calm English Studio. I don't know where you are right now. Maybe on your bed, maybe on a bus, maybe just sitting quietly with your phone. But I'm really glad you're here.
Hey, yeah, honestly, it always feels a little warm when I imagine someone listening quietly somewhere in the world. Like, we're not in the same room, but we're still here together.
Yeah, that feeling is really special. So, today, we want to talk about something very real, very human. Not grammar, not vocabulary, not study tips. It's about fear.
That already sounds serious.
Yeah, a little serious, but also very gentle. Because today we're talking about why learning English changed my life. And the truth is, it didn't start with confidence. It didn't start with motivation. It didn't start with success. It started with me being afraid.
Afraid of English itself?
Not exactly. I wasn't scared of the language. I was scared of my own voice in English. My accent, my strange rhythm, my pauses, my mistakes. Every time I wanted to speak, my heart would go a little fast, and my head would say, "Don't. They'll hear how bad you sound. They'll know you don't belong." So, I stayed quiet.
Oh, yeah, that silence. It's heavy.
It really is. Inside, I had so many thoughts, so many feelings, so many sentences in my head. But when it came out in English, nothing. Sometimes I would practice quietly in my head. "How are you?" "I'm fine." "Nice to meet you." Again and again. And then suddenly, the moment would pass, and I'd think, too late. Next time. But next time felt just as scary.
Did you ever compare yourself with other people?
Oh, all the time. I would listen to people speaking so fast, so smooth, so natural. They laughed easily. They joked easily. They made English look so simple. And then I looked at myself. Slow, careful, always thinking, always checking. And I thought, maybe English is just not for me. Maybe I'm not a language person. Maybe I should just stop trying. But the strange thing was, I didn't really want to stop. I just didn't want to be seen being bad.
Yeah, being seen trying, that's sometimes scarier than failing in silence.
Exactly. And silence is quiet, but it hurts slowly. No one notices, but you feel smaller every day. One night, I was alone in my room. No one around. No one listening. No pressure. I played a short English audio, just 1 minute. And I whispered the words out loud, very softly, very slowly. Honestly, my voice was shaking a little. It sounded kinda strange. But for the first time, I heard myself in English. Not perfect, not smooth, but real, alive.
Oh, that's actually really beautiful. That first moment when your voice comes out, Even if it's weak, it still feels like something is born.
Yeah, no one clapped. No one said, "Good job." No one corrected me. But inside, something quietly changed. For the first time, I didn't hate my English voice. I didn't hide from it. I just let it exist. Learning English didn't suddenly fix my life. There was no big dramatic moment, no movie-style success. It changed my life in very small, quiet ways. The day I dared to say one short sentence. The day I didn't switch back to my own language. The day I allowed myself to sound imperfect. Slowly, English stopped being a subject. It became a place where I practiced being a little braver.
So English didn't make you strong first. It made you brave in a very small way first.
Yes, and that small bravery changed everything later. If you're listening right now, can I ask you something gently? Are you afraid of your English voice? Afraid of sounding strange? Afraid of being slow? Afraid of making mistakes? Afraid of not being good enough? You don't have to answer. Just notice what your heart says.
And if your heart feels a little tight right now, that's okay. That means you care. And caring is already a kind of courage.
Before my English became better, my relationship with myself changed first. I stopped calling my voice bad. I stopped attacking my mistakes. I stopped demanding perfection. I started letting myself be a learner. And strangely, that's when my English slowly started to grow. Not fast, not perfect, but honestly.
Maybe English didn't teach you language first. Maybe it taught you how to be gentle with yourself.
Yeah, and that gentleness was the real beginning. If you're still listening with us right now, thank you. You don't need to like this video. You don't need to subscribe right now. Just staying, just listening, is already you showing up for yourself. If you want, you can take one slow breath. You're not late. You're not behind. You're here. Next time, we'll talk about something many people feel but almost never say out loud. Why we blame our English when sometimes the real struggle is with how we see ourselves.
If you've ever felt, English is for other people, not for someone like me, the next part is especially for you.
We'll go slowly, together.
Emma, after last time, I kept thinking about what you said, about being afraid of your own English voice.
Yeah. It's strange, right? Sometimes we're not afraid of the language. We're afraid of what the language shows us about ourselves.
Yeah, like a mirror.
Exactly. And for me, English became a mirror that showed me all the parts of myself I tried to hide. For a long time, I told myself, I'm bad at English. I'm slow. I'm not talented. I blamed everything on English, but slowly, quietly, I started to realize something. It wasn't English that was hurting me. It was how I saw myself.
Oh, so English wasn't the enemy. It just showed you the way you were already talking to yourself.
Yes. I spoke to myself more cruelly than anyone else ever did. Every mistake felt like proof. See, you're not good enough. See, you don't belong here. And after a while, I didn't just feel bad at English. I felt bad about being me.
Did you ever feel ashamed?
Yeah, a lot. Not loud shame, not dramatic shame, quiet shame. The kind that makes you smile and nod, but inside you feel small. I smiled when people spoke to me. I nodded when I didn't understand. I laughed when I felt lost, because I didn't want them to see that I felt less.
That kind of shame is heavy because no one sees it, but you carry it everywhere.
Yes, I carried it into every conversation, every sentence, every silence. And then, one day, someone spoke to me in English. Not fast, not slowly, just normally. And I didn't understand everything, but for the first time, I didn't panic. I just said, "Sorry, can you say that again?" My voice was quiet, not confident, maybe a little shaky, but I didn't feel ashamed. And after that moment, something very small changed inside me. I didn't think, I failed. I thought, oh, I'm learning.
Ah, that's such a small sentence. I'm learning. But it sounds like a huge change inside.
It was, because that was the first time I didn't describe myself as a problem. I described myself as a process. Before, I used to say, I am bad at English. I am not good enough. I am slow. But slowly, very slowly, those sentences changed into, I am practicing. I am improving. I am becoming better. Not perfect, not fast, but becoming. And when my words changed, my feelings about myself changed too.
Ah, so English didn't just give you new words for talking, it gave you new words for being.
Yes, that's a beautiful way to say it. If you're listening right now, maybe you also think, I'm just bad at English. I'm not smart enough. I started too late. But maybe, just maybe, you're not bad. You're just becoming. Slowly, quietly, in your own time.
And becoming is not loud. It doesn't shout. It doesn't rush. It just keeps going.
English didn't suddenly make me confident. Honestly, I was still nervous for a long time. But it did something else first. It made me more honest. Honest about what I didn't know, what I didn't understand, what I was afraid of. Instead of hiding, I started saying, I don't understand. I need a little more time. I'm still learning. And strangely, the more honest I became, the lighter I felt.
Yeah, when you stop pretending to be perfect, breathing becomes easier.
Exactly. And that was the moment English stopped being something I fought with and started being something I grew with. If you want, you can pause with us for 1 second. Just one thought. Instead of saying, I'm bad at English, try saying inside, I'm learning English. See how that feels.
Sometimes, One soft word can lift a heavy story.
In the next part, we'll talk about the moment when I stopped seeing English as a subject and started seeing it as a door to new people, new ideas, new versions of myself.
If you've ever wondered, what is English really for in my life? The next part is for you.
We'll be right here, going slowly, together.
Emma, after part 2, something stayed with me for a long time. That line you said, English didn't change my life, it changed how I saw myself.
Ah, yeah. That line still feels very true to me. But later, something else slowly changed too.
What was it?
The way I saw English itself. For a long time, English was just a subject, a test, a score, a mistake, something to pass, something to fail. I studied it like you climb a mountain you don't even like. Slow, tired, always thinking, when will this be over?
That sounds heavy.
It really was. Every time I opened an English book, my body felt tight. Not curious, not excited, just pressured. And because of that, I never felt close to English. It always felt like something outside of me. Then, one quiet night, I wasn't studying. I wasn't preparing for anything. I was just tired. So I played an English video. Not a lesson, not a course, just a random video about someone's life, their small daily routine, their simple thoughts, their feelings. I didn't understand everything, but strangely, I didn't feel stressed. I felt curious.
Oh, so English came to you when you weren't trying to control it.
Yes, for the first time, English didn't feel like a task. It felt like a window. After that, I started using English differently. Not to test myself, but to see. To see how other people live, how they think, how they feel, how they love, how they struggle. English slowly became a way to look into other people's worlds. Not perfectly, not clearly, but honestly.
So English stopped being a subject and became a bridge.
Yes, a bridge. And every time I crossed it, even a little, my world became a little bigger. Before English, my world was very small. Not bad, just small. My own language, my own circle, my own familiar thoughts. But with English, I started hearing different stories. People from other countries, other cultures, other pain, other dreams. And slowly, I stopped feeling like my world was the only one.
That's a beautiful kind of loneliness, when you realize you're small, but you're not alone.
Yes, English didn't make me feel powerful. It made me feel connected.
Sometimes I only understood half of a sentence, sometimes less. But even then, I could still feel their tiredness, their excitement, their sadness, their hope. And I thought, even without perfect English, I can still understand hearts.
Hmm, that's something school never teaches.
And something else happened. I started noticing a small change inside me. When I listened in English, I was quieter, more patient, more gentle with not knowing. I didn't rush to understand. I let meaning come slowly, and that slowly changed how I lived too.
So English didn't only open the world outside, it also opened a different way of being inside you. Yes, I became softer with myself. And strangely, that made me stronger. If you're listening right now, maybe English is still a subject, a burden, something heavy. That's okay. But one day, very quietly, it might become something else. A door, a bridge, a small light into another life. You don't have to force that moment. It comes when you're ready to see instead of prove.
Sometimes, the door doesn't ask you to be good at English. It only asks you to be curious.
I used to be afraid that if I learned English too much, I would lose myself, my culture, my language, my roots. But it didn't happen that way. English didn't replace me. It added another layer to me, another window, another voice, another way to understand. I didn't become someone else. I became a wider version of myself.
I really like that. A wider version of yourself.
If English still feels heavy for you, it's okay. You don't have to love it yet. But maybe you can let it be near you, like a quiet door in the room. You don't have to open it today. Just knowing it's there is already something.
And if today all you did was listen quietly, that already counts as touching the door.
In the next part, we'll talk about the day I stopped trying to be perfect in English. The day I chose connection over perfection.
If perfection is still exhausting you, the next part will feel very familiar.
We'll stay slow. Together.
Emma, when you talked about English being a door, it sounded like something was opening. But I keep wondering, when did you stop being so hard on yourself with English?
That didn't happen quickly at all. For a long time, even when English became a door, I was still standing in front of it, thinking, I'll open it when I'm perfect.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, for a long time, every time I spoke English, I wasn't really speaking to the person in front of me. I was speaking to an invisible judge in my head, checking, was my grammar correct? Was my accent okay? Did I sound stupid? Did I make a mistake? And because of that, I wasn't really present. My body was there, my words were there, but my heart was busy panicking.
It's like trying to dance while looking at a mirror all the time. You forget to feel the music.
Yes, that's exactly how it felt. Then one day, I was talking with someone in English. Nothing serious, just a normal conversation. And suddenly, I made a very simple mistake. A silly one. The kind you notice immediately. I froze. My face felt hot. My stomach dropped. I was sure, they will think I'm stupid. But instead, they smiled and said, "Oh, you mean this?" And kept talking. Just like that. No judgment, no awkward silence, no rejection.
Oh, that must have felt Strange.
It did. I stood there thinking, wait, that's it? That's all that happens when I make a mistake? No one attacked me. The world didn't end. They just kept talking to me. That was the moment perfection quietly lost its power over me. I realized the person in front of me wasn't waiting for me to be perfect. They just wanted to be understood. They wanted to connect. And suddenly, all the pressure I put on myself felt unnecessary.
Ah, so you weren't speaking English for English anymore. You were speaking for the person.
Yes, and that changed everything. After that, I allowed myself to sound slow, sound unsure, sound imperfect. Sometimes I said, how do I say this? Wait, I don't know this word. Give me a second. And something surprising happened. People became kinder. They slowed down for me. They helped me. They waited. And I felt safe.
That's beautiful. When you stop pretending, the world often becomes softer.
Yes, I wasn't trying to impress anyone anymore. I was just trying to be real. Before, trying to be perfect was exhausting. Every conversation felt like a test. Every sentence felt like a risk. I was tired before I even spoke. But when I let perfection go, speaking became lighter. Not easy, but lighter. And lightness gave me energy, not fear.
So perfection wasn't helping you improve, it was making you afraid to move.
Exactly. If you're listening right now, maybe you're also holding on to perfection, waiting to speak until your grammar is good enough, until your pronunciation is clean enough, until your confidence is strong enough. Can I tell you something gently? Perfection is not protecting you. It's isolating you.
Connection doesn't ask for perfection, it only asks for honesty.
I still remember the first time I spoke English without checking myself every second. My sentence wasn't perfect. The tense was wrong. My word choice was awkward. But the person understood me. They laughed with me. They replied. They stayed. And I walked away thinking, oh, so this is what speaking feels like. Not tension, not fear, just being human.
That sounds like freedom.
It really was. If you want, you can ask yourself one small question right now. Do I want to sound perfect, or do I want to be understood? You don't have to answer fast. Sometimes the answer comes very quietly.
And sometimes, being understood feels better than being correct.
If today you feel tired of being perfect, you're not alone. You don't have to prove anything here. You don't have to sound good for us. Just being here is already enough.
And if one day you speak one small, imperfect sentence and you're still received with warmth, remember that feeling. That's the real win.
In the final part, we'll talk about what English gave me in the end. Not success, not status, but something much quieter and much stronger.
If you've ever wondered, what did English really give me after all this? The last part is for you.
We'll meet you there. Slowly. Together.
Emma, after everything you shared, fear, shame, the door, letting go of perfection, I keep wondering, after all that, what did English really give you in the end?
You know what's strange? It didn't make me special. It didn't turn me into someone amazing. It didn't suddenly give me a new life. But it gave me something very quiet. It made me braver.
Braver how? Like standing on a stage brave?
No, not at all. Not loud bravery, not dramatic bravery. Quiet bravery. The kind that looks like raising my hand, sending a message, asking a question, starting a conversation, small things. But once, they felt impossible.
Ah, the kind of bravery no one posts online. But it changes your whole life.
Yes, exactly. I still remember the first time I spoke English and didn't hide afterward. My heart was beating fast, my hands were a little cold, but I didn't run. I didn't replay the conversation in my head all night. I just thought, I did it. Not perfectly, but honestly. And strangely, that small moment stayed with me much longer than any perfect sentence ever did.
Because that wasn't about English anymore. That was about you choosing yourself.
Yes, that's when I realized English was no longer the goal. Courage was. Before, I always felt like the world was happening somewhere far away. People talking, traveling, working, dreaming, and I was just watching. But slowly, English stopped being a wall. It became a door I could actually walk through. Not to become someone famous, just to be included.
Ah, to feel like you're not just observing life, but participating in it.
Yes, and that changed how I walked, how I spoke, how I looked at people. I didn't feel outside anymore. One of the most beautiful changes was realizing I wasn't alone in my fear. Every person learning English was also nervous, also shy, also trying. And suddenly, we weren't strangers with different accents. We were people sharing the same courage.
Different stories, different voices, but the same trembling at the beginning.
Yes, and that trembling slowly became confidence. Not because we became perfect, but because we felt we belonged somewhere. English showed me something else too, that it's okay to begin again, to restart, to sound bad again, to be a beginner again. Not just with language, with life, with dreams, with myself.
Ah, so English didn't just teach you how to speak, it taught you how to return to courage again and again.
Yes, every time I wanted to give up, English quietly said, "You've started before. You can start again." If you're listening right now, maybe English hasn't made you confident yet. Maybe it hasn't changed your job, or your money, or your life outside. But maybe it has already changed something smaller. The way you try, the way you don't give up so fast, the way you come back after resting. And that is already a very deep kind of change.
Not the kind that shines, but the kind that lasts.
I used to think only special people are brave, talented people, smart people, confident people. But now I know bravery belongs to ordinary people, tired people, shy people, slow people, people who are afraid and still try.
Ah, so that means you don't need a special life to be brave, you just need a real one.
Yes, and if you're here, listening, you already live a real one. If this series touched something inside you, we prepared a small gift for you. A free PDF with simple reflection questions, gentle English practice, and quiet exercises to help you speak with less fear. You can find it in the description of this video.
And if you feel comfortable, you can also leave us one small comment. Not a perfect sentence, just, "What made you brave today?"
And if Calm English Studio feels like a safe place for you, you can like this video. You can subscribe. Not for numbers, just so we can keep meeting you here. English didn't make me special. It made me brave in small ways. And those small ways slowly changed everything.
You don't have to rush. You don't have to be perfect. You're allowed to grow slowly.
We'll be right here with you, learning, resting, trying again. Together. See you next time at Calm English Studio.